Hi, myself Janet Patel. I am currently in Nirma University pursuing my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering. My primary interest lies in machine learning and data science. I am also interested in cloud computing and I am also an AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. Today I'll be presenting the assignment given by the Simple company related to the research intern role. So I have used the Reddit dataset of January and Feb 2026. This project is a case study on how the Reddit community reacted on the release of the Epstein files. Here is the link of the dataset. So instead of showing you each and every page and telling you what's the functionality is, I'll be approaching this website as a user and show how a user would actually use it in order to analyze the data. So we have two options, keyword based searching and semantic searching. So as we can see that on January 30, the post counts were 1243 and on the next day it becomes 2887. So if you are following the Epstein files, you will know that on 31st of Jan, the US Department of Justice released a major batch of Epstein files on 31st Jan. And we can also see that React community has a high peak between that time. We can also see the dynamically generated AI summary, which explains this curve. So it shows that on January 30, it had this much post. The peak was on 31st Jan with this post, etc. We can also see that people reacted on which subreddits and which peoples reacted on it. So we can see that top subreddits, and we can also see the top users who has reacted on it. We can see this auto news admin user has posted 1045 posts related to the Epstein files within these 2 months, and so on. Now we can see the who has reacted and where it has reacted. This graph tells us the network of how that user has reacted on which subreddits. If we zoom in here, we can see that the auto news admin has posted in all these communities. I can see that the auto news admin is generally posting on the subreddits who has auto in their name. I find this suspicious. We'll see into it. Then we can also analyze what posts have been very influential. So if the post has high amount of like, it would be a very influential post and it would have been reached to a large audience. So it would be more impactful. For example, the post given by the Southern user on the subreddit pics has got this much like and comments. Let's open it. So here we can see the AI has generated NLP analysis. So it shows that sentiment is negative. The name entity recognition shows that it mentions this persons and this is the narrative. We can also see the likes, comments and etc. We can also open that post on Reddit by clicking on this button, and we can also see the image which is been mentioned in that. Uh, Now let's dig more into it. I see that this user auto news admin has been only posting in the subreddits which has auto name in it. So by looking into this, I am finding suspicious activity like this can be an automated bot because the name consists auto and it has been posting in the subreddits which has name auto. So let's dig into it. This was the topic analysis dashboard. We can also dig into a subreddit. So let's see into the auto newspaper subreddit. Now the data would be updated. This shows the pattern of the particular subreddit auto newspaper. We can also see that this subreddit also has same pattern, peaks around early Feb, I would say. We can also see the top amplifiers who are the users which is being active on this subreddit. And here we can see all the cited links which has been given in this subreddit by the users. Another suspicious activity I can find is that the subreddit auto newspaper has only one user, auto newspaper admin. By seeing this, I can sense that these auto named users are mostly bot, because this guy is only been posting in the auto newspaper edit. We can also see it into the network graph. There is only one user under edit. We can also see that the posts have very same kind of structure. The square bracket and the country name followed by the content, and also have pipes in it. So by seeing into this, I can surely say that this guy is an bot. Now I can also go into an actor mode and find how this particular user is in on the Reddit. Again, same pattern. He's been active around the release of the Epstein files. We can also see the AI generated summary of it. Again, same pattern. The user newspaper admin is only been reacting on the auto newspaper. Let's search some more. Prince Andrew. By the way, he was also arrested in this in the UK. Let's see how the community reacted. Okay, so we can see same pattern. During the release of these Epstein files, there was a peak. Then community suddenly stopped talking about Prince Andrew. And this is the time, 19th Feb, when Prince Andrew was arrested. Okay, again, these auto named users are on the top. They are still reacting. Uh, let's see into the graph. Again, this auto news admin user has been only reacting on these particular subreddits, which again has the auto in its name. We can also explore the subreddits here, same as before. Okay, now let's go to the semantic clusters. Okay, so now let's analyze the clusters. So I have used UMAP in order to reduce the dimensionality of these 384 dimensional vectors. So what this embedding holds is the semantic meaning of that particular post, and the UMAP performs dimensionality reduction on this and reduces that dimension into a 3D dimensional vector while still retaining the semantic meaning of it. So what do I mean by semantic meaning? I mean that if some posts are talking about the arrest of Prince Andrew, then they would be essentially holding same meaning but would have different words. So when we would be analyzing the cluster of it, when we would be analyzing the vector of it, we should see that they should be in very close proximity. Let's analyze it. We can see some clusters here. Particularly this cluster I cannot recognize, but I feel that it is of in some different language. Let's explore another. Okay, so this cluster is interesting. I can see Pam Bondi. Okay, so she is Attorney General of US government for Republican. Sorry, she's been handling the case. Let's see into another cluster. Uh, okay, Mandelson, Peter Mandelson. So this cluster has all the post related that talks about Peter Mandelson. He is a political leader in UK, a lobbyist, and also something I don't remember, but a labor. Let's ignore that. So this whole cluster talks about the Mandelson. Let's explore another. Okay, so this cluster is interesting. Uh, all the posts that mention Bill Clinton, uh, former US president, those all have been clustering here. So I have used k-means clustering, but all these are into a single cluster. Let me just tweak the number of cluster parameter, and I'll try to isolate all the clusters related to different topics. I'll fast forward now. Okay, so I have isolated some clusters and turned off other clusters. Now let's analyze it so that we can see clearly. So this is the cluster which has some different language other than English, I don't know. This is the cluster which I was talking about, the Palm Bondi one. This is the cluster that talk about the Bill Clinton, and this is the cluster of Mandelson. Okay. Okay, so now I'll be talking about the AI chatbot that I've implemented. So after the user has explored all of the data using these dashboards, after seeing the network graph, after seeing the top Reddits and the timeline series, etc., etc., if the user still has any query, or if the user wants to dig in very deep, I have the user can use this chatbot. So let's say I was talking about this auto people. Uh, I can bet that these are automated bots. Let's just see what chatbot can help me with that. Give me the top 5 users who has auto in their name because insensitive. I want the number of posts that they made and the total percentage of the whole post count. Okay, so now the chatbot would be converting my natural language prompt into an query, pandas query, and it would be returning me the answer. So I can see that this auto news admin has been has total post count as 1075. Auto newspaper admin. So total I have 37,000 records. Out of that, 2.8% posts are done alone by the auto news admin. The auto newspaper admin has posted 2.87%. Oh man, this is significant. Let's not just trust it. I have also implemented the transparency, so AI can easily hallucinate, right? But we can see the exact query which it has run in order to give us these answers. So this is the query, exact query that the model has run. And as per the requirement, I have also implemented the next 3 suggested queries, which would help more. Thank